Alright guys, we're here today because we are going to do some maintenance and upgrades on this Toro 421 snowblower. It has now a Harbor Freight Predator 212cc engine on it. I installed this in the middle of winter last year because the original 4 horsepower Tecumseh did not run well enough to even blow any snow, and it was starting to foul the spark plug out because of all the oil it was burning. So I was pretty much forced to get an engine quickly, and those 212cc 6.5 horse Honda clone engines from Harbor Freight are quite easy to get. They're about $99. This machine, it basically bolts right to the chassis. It's the right spacing and everything, just like a 4 horse Tecumseh like that one. The one thing you have to buy is an adapter sleeve for a 3/4 shaft to a 1-inch shaft, because the factory pulley on this engine and the factory crankshaft is a 1-inch crankshaft. Some of the similar models, like a 3521 or a 521, may actually be different, but on this 421, this one's about a 1980 model. You will not have to, or you will not be able to just slide it right on the Harbor Freight engine. You'll need the adapter sleeve. Those are available online. I think they're $15 or $20. Not a big deal. So what we really have going on here today is we're going to do quite a few things. I'm going to remove the engine one more time so I can install a way to drain the oil, because as you can see right here, this is your oil plug. There's one on the other side. You'll spill oil all over the case or the machine here while you're changing it, so that's not something I really want to deal with. Spilling all the oil. These slots really collect it really well, so I want to plumb it so it goes out the back. So I bought some parts over here. You can buy this oil plug adapter on eBay. I think I paid $10 for that. And then this is a 90-degree, one side female, one side male, 2.5-inch pipe, a union, 4-inch pipe. Actually, that's a 2-inch pipe. Yeah, the union, 4-inch pipe, a male or a female and female adapter, and a plug, and that'll get us all the way out to the back where it's easy to drain. You can just stick a bottle or drain pan or whatever underneath it. So we're going to do that today. And then the other thing we're going to do is this machine, it would normally have a key here. Mine has a rocker switch because the key rusted out. I'd like to get that to work. So the machine would normally have just an on-off switch here on these type of engines. That works, but I'd like the one on the top, just in case you have to shut it off quickly or anything like that. So what I want to do is I want to make both the switches work, so when either one is set to the off position, it'll kill it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. See what else I got to do. I got to change the oil in the auger system here. It's probably original. My dad owned this machine since it was new. I don't think he ever changed it, so it looked pretty bad. So we're going to change that. My augers are a little loose, so they haven't come in yet, but I'm going to put in new shear pins on this machine. So we'll split the machine out so we can change this oil and take the shear pins out and inspect everything. I kind of showed last year in my other video on how to replace the auger bearing in the back, but you can see it's nice and tight now. But we'll see the pulley again, because I'll probably end up having to pull this whole entire gear case out, but we'll see. So then when that's out, you'll be able to see how the gear cover works. So be back in a moment. Okay, here we are. I have removed the belly pan right here and the belt guard. It's pretty straightforward. Take 6 of these 3/8 headed bolts out, 2 here, 2 here on the belly pan, and then 1 on each side on the guard. Comes right off. So now we can see the adapter sleeve right here that you have to purchase if you're going to run it on one of these machines, or a Predator 212cc or any similar engine. It has the standard 3/4 inch shaft. You will notice that it's running out quite a little bit on the end of the shaft. So it's okay. The main thing is you have to keep these 2 set screws for the pulley on the shaft, so you can tighten them down. So you can see the belt alignment is straight, so shouldn't have any problems with that. I actually noticed that mine weren't straight, so I had just straightened it out. But it works good. You'll see that everything functions correctly here, and you know, everything fits good. So I guess the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to split the machine in half. It'll make it a little easier to work on my scraper blade that I didn't mention before, that I have purchased for this because my original one is worn out. Changed the gearbox oil, and then should make it just slightly easier to take the engine back off so I can install my drain line. So I'll get cracking at that, and I guess before I do that, what you need to do to split this is right here on the side. On each side there's 3 bolts, and what you want to do is you want to take the top 2 out completely, loosen the bottom one first, and then you'll just cantilever the machine back and slip this belt off. That's the other thing you need to do, the belt auger drive belt. And then when you finally get it split back so you can lean the back of the auger, or the back of the machine, away from the auger, you'll want to remove the last 2 bolts, and then it'll be 2 separate pieces. Putting it back together isn't very hard, but you know, it's just pretty straightforward. So I'll just break it apart off camera, and oh yep, before you do that, you'll have to also remove this auger chute handle here. So and then you'll also notice that this is the other mod you have to do to get the machine to, or this engine to fit on this machine, because otherwise it'll hit on the valve cover. There's probably other ways you can do this, but this is the simplest way. Just a spacer, longer bolt, moving the handle out to the outside hole. Pretty straightforward. So yeah, I'll get it split apart and we'll get going again. Alright, we have the machine split now. So like I said, I took out each of the 3 bolts on the side, leaving the bottom one just loose until I could rock the machine back like this, and then split the front half off of it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the plug right there that is normally on the front of the machine, and then carry it over to my drain pan and set it on top and let the fluid drain out of there. I'm not expecting it to be very nice looking. And then once that's done, we're going to change the scraper bar. You can see this one is extremely beat up. That's the original one from 1980. So yeah, we're gonna have to take that off, and I'm hoping I can get the shear pins out, which are in these holes right there, that you really can't see it, but they're in there, without actually taking the pulley off and dropping in these bolts on each side and dropping the actual auger out of the case. But it may come to that. So without further ado, we will get cracking on draining the oil.